So welcome back. Here we are for episode 2 of Back to Basics. My name is Dr. Noah Siegel. I run a chiropractic practice with functional medicine practice in Boca Raton, Florida. And we have here today my mom, Dr. Danny Siegel. She is a PhD in holistic nutrition. And if any of you know her or not, she's famous for her skin. She has beautiful, wonderful skin. And so today we want to talk about some basic things. We have a lot of patients that come to us with skin concerns, but we also have people who watch these videos who have skin concerns. And we just want to give some basic information today on, how, Danny, you have such beautiful skin. And go ahead, take the floor.
So thanks, Noah, and hi, everybody. I hope everybody's doing okay. So skin matters, and it really matters so much for many, many different reasons. And I think it's amazing that people come to us, right, Noah, that they come to us with many different things. Either they have bowel issues, or maybe headaches, or inflammation, a lot of pain. And we work with them. And what I think is amazing and very exciting is that a lot of times they'll come back after so many months to me and say, oh my gosh, people are realizing my skin looks better, even though that's not something we worked on. So I think it's really indicative of something from within. You know, people have some issues with other organs like their liver or their gut.
Okay, so hold on. So skin is an organ on the outside. It's obviously representative as far as you're concerned of the inside. So let's just talk quickly about the inside. You mentioned some organs, liver. Let's talk about the liver. How does the liver, just quickly, remember we're keeping it basic. How does the liver relate to the skin? And is there something we can do, again, sort of, basically or whatever from home that we can help benefit our skin?
Absolutely. So I love talking about the liver because it does help the skin in so many ways. They're both organs of detox. The skin is the largest organ of the outside of the body that helps our body detox and get rid of stuff. And the inside, the largest organ of detox, the liver. So when the liver's congested, the skin shows it. You've probably seen people, and you drink a lot of alcohol. People have seen this, and you can see it in their skin. And when you're very dried out, you can see it in the skin. The liver is just so thirsty, needs hydration. And
so water's basic.
So water is very, very basic. We talked about water the last time. Very, very important. Hydrate, moisturize. And
how much water do you recommend? We might recommend different amounts of water. How much water do you tell people to drink?
So I usually take people's weight by pound, divide it in half, and use that as the ounces that they should, the minimal that they should be drinking. What do you?
That's pretty legit. I just tell people to drink 2 gallons of water, and I say if you don't drink 2, maybe you'll drink 1, and you'll be doing a lot better than you were. Because I think most people, if they drink a gallon of water, it's probably okay. But you had a pretty good calculation there. You take people's weight, divide it by what?
Half.
100
pounds, it would be 50 pounds and 50 ounces.
Okay, so like if I weigh 180, I should be drinking 90 ounces of water minimum, we're saying? How many ounces are in a gallon?
Good question. I was just thinking that. I
think 256.
Close to it.
So that's probably still
56 ounces? No. I don't know.
32 ounces in a quart.
32 ounces in a quart. 32 times 4 is 128, 130.
128. So we've got.
So I was saying around 90. So it's not that far. Well,
no, it's good. Okay, awesome. Okay, so we got that done. We got some calculations. I say drink tons of water, 2 gallons. You'll at least drink 1, which is 128 ounces.
Shoot for the moon, you might end up in the stars. Yeah.
Take the weight, divide in half, make that ounces, and drink it. So.
And I also say for skin, and what's really amazing is the skin and the immune system, so closely interconnected. Add a little bit of black cumin seed oil, just a little bit black cumin seed oil. Can you see that?
Yep.
A very small amount. Adds some oleic acid into that water. Oleic acid, as you know, Noah, helps us to absorb well the omega-3, essential fatty acid. And we're talking about hydration. Hydration equals moisturizing the skin and helping to keep the skin looking younger and plump and shining and radiant.
Okay, that's awesome. Now, I also know a secret about you. You don't eat animal a lot. I don't know, again, and we've talked about this, and everything is individual, and it's not like being vegetarian is necessarily healthier, although in general, eating less meat is definitely, I think, across the board, all scientists and all doctors agree. Do you think that your diet or other people's diets, like, again, it's probably the same information, but do you think that has anything to do with why because you look very youthful and have healthy skin? People love your skin. So
Very cool, right?
I do think that if you're less inflamed in the inside, again, the gut, the liver, things are happy in the inside, it's going to show on the outside. And I do think it makes a big difference. Look, I can't go back in time. I don't know what my skin would be like if I didn't eat the way I do eat. But I don't eat too much salt. Salt also contributes to dehydration and aging. I don't drink coffee. Coffee is a big dehydrator.
you also hide yourself a lot. I know, like when when you visit Florida and I'm in Florida with you or at the beach, you wear pretty big hats. Yeah. So
yes, I do. And I think that
it.
matters. It all matters when you're talking about the skin. It all makes a really big difference.
Yeah.
But things that will help support the liver is amazing, like dandelion root tea. Again, helping your liver work more efficiently will help the skin. Doing dry brush massaging, it's amazing. Something so simple. Just exfoliate your whole body. It helps your liver breathe because you're helping your skin to breathe. So
Sure.
those two organs helping each other. And then the gut, finding out what's going on in the gut. What's your digestive system? Is it working well? And Noah, you know a lot about what's going on.
I'll chime in if you don't mind about the gut. I want to ask you one more question. Dry brushing's been amazing for my family. You brought it up to me for my son, just to keep him like a sensory input. So brushing, we're doing dry brushing, and all the boys seem to like the dry brushing, but it's also, I'm seeing it I'm using it as an anxiety relief for my child and other things.
Right.
It's stimulating. Why would dry brushing? I mean, obviously I know a little bit, but for our viewers, why would dry brushing be helpful for skin health?
Oh, I wish I had my paper ready for this one, but that's great. Anybody interested in getting my information on dry brushing, just contact me. I will definitely email to you. So we have lymph glands that are located.
What is a dry brush? What is dry brush?
I wish I had my dry brush. So a dry brush is a long-handled. I like to use the natural bristle brushes that are wooden. And it's really just a bath brush, a long-handled brush, so you can reach different areas.
But you don't use it with water. It's why it's dry.
No, use it dry before you shower, before you bathe.
On your face?
No. So I tell people not to exfoliate their face with a dry brush. You can exfoliate it with other things. And the décolletage, breast women don't use the dry brush. That's two sensitive areas. But underneath the armpit in here is a lymph gland here on both sides. Very, very important to hit those areas, get the circulation going, get the lymph glands cleansed out. That's part of your liver working more efficiently and helping your liver to cleanse. And then again, helping your skin. Years ago, they used to call them liver spots. I don't know if you can see some, hard to find them on my skin, but a lot of women have, and men too, spots on their skin. From years ago, they used to call them liver spots, and it was just age spots.
Right.
Melanin collected there. But I think that, again, just connecting that liver with the skin and helping to exfoliate the dead skin cells off and getting the lymph glands cleansed helps for circulation, helps for breathing. Again,
that's a lot. Okay, yeah, that's good. That's good. So the overall picture from you seems like, to me, detox and connecting the liver and the gut, which I'll get into in a second. So
and detox, what's amazing, I just want to say one thing. So a lot of women color their hair right now with the crisis going on. A lot of women are not coloring their hair, and it's amazing what that cleanup it will do. It's almost like what's happening with the environment and the pollution, and the fish are happy, and the animals are happy. Same thing in our bodies. Stop polluting your body and your liver will be happier. Believe it or not, your skin will be happier. When we do hair analysis, we actually see those chemicals and that burden.
Right. So I want to give a plug to you. You do hair analysis. You use hair. You can use dyed hair. You can use treated hair. You have enough experience that you can calibrate for that. And that helps you personally to assess liver function and detox status and burden, and therefore you can help people clear, cleanse, radiate. All right, cool. I want to bring up one thing. I know that you mentioned gut health, and I appreciate you allowing me to speak a minute about it. I just want to
Sure.
briefly mention, it's interesting because it all comes back again full circle. You mentioned circulation and you mentioned detox. And so what's interesting with the gut skin axis, we have all these, right, gut brain axis, gut skin axis. And what seems to be, the foundation of the gut skin axis is metabolites. And so when different bacteria, or depending on the bacteria, depending on the microbiome and the ecology or the environment of the different bacteria that are living inside of us, they all have different metabolites. And so what happens are those metabolites, there's a bridge between the gut and the skin, and where the chemicals that the bacteria are making actually affect skin circulation. And so we have a buildup
Amazing.
of metabolic waste, and clogging the pores. And so acne vulgaris, which 85% of people in this country, from ages of 18 to what was it, 25, I think it was, 85% suffer from acne vulgaris, and it looks like it's disproportionately affecting a Western diet consuming population.
Makes
And
sense.
the scientists seem to think that it's because of our carb heavy diet and the fermentation for the bacteria. So we change our diet, we change our microbiome, we change the bacteria, we're going to change how we present ourselves to the world based off of
Absolutely.
circulation and basically systemic inflammation. So I think we have a
Love
very
that.
clear message of reducing inflammation, improving detoxification. Perhaps as a plug, we could use hair analysis, and gut microbiome or microbiome study to look and to help people, not have this burden of skin challenges. But as a very basic level, we want to hydrate a lot. We want to use a dry brush, which is easy and can be done at home with a minimal expense. And lastly, something we didn't touch on, what is hyaluronic acid? I know that you've talked to me about it. What is hyaluronic acid? I know, but I want to have you speak about it.
So it is actually, it's a sugar that's actually found in our skin naturally, and it holds water in. So it's amazing, especially for you, those women who are really looking to remain looking younger, longer, aging more gracefully. It keeps the skin hydrated. It keeps it plumped up. It's amazing stuff. I've been taking it for years. I also use it on the outside, so you can use it externally and internally. Um, Hyaluronic acid actually holds 1,000 times its weight in water. So that's amazing. Sorry, I have things falling off here. In helping to keep things, moisture from evaporating out. And the sad thing is, as we get older, what happens? Our body decreases in producing enough hyaluronic acid. It's not hydraulic acid, by the way. Some people have asked me, do you know anything about hydraulic acid? I'm like, yeah, that's for a car, right? But it's hyaluronic acid. It's amazing. It does decrease as we get older, so we do want to take that in. I use
It's so
liquid drop.
yeah. No, it's so interesting because just from a chiropractic point of view, hyaluronic acid is the part of the liquid that's in the joints that buffers the joints and keeps them healthy. So I totally understand that relationship as well. So cool. So is hyaluronic acid something we can eat? Is it something that we can buy? What do we eat? What has hyaluronic acid in it? What do we eat? What's one food? Can we think of something? Is it almonds? Is it?
I don't know, and I'm so sorry. I don't know what food.
That's okay.
I think
Maybe
it's
there
just in our
isn't.
skin. I don't know what food, and I don't know where some vegetables do have it, and I think it maybe it's some animal products, but I use it as a supplement. It's a liquid. It's a few drops in my water.
So from what I can quickly grab, and I just think it's good for our audience to see, it seems like, yeah, bone broth is a place to get
Collagen.
hyaluronic acid, right? I mean, that makes
Oh,
sense,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
what's interesting too, just as an aside, on a lot of the patients, and you're probably seeing this too, that bone broth is something that seems to be really beneficial for some of our genomic patients. So I do see bone broth sort of as something that's coming up in culture and society with influencers. I know there was just an article with Kylie Jenner. That's what she has for breakfast, her bone broth. So forgive me for bringing that up, but I think that bone broth is something that is interesting. Thank you so much for your time today. Anything you want to say before we go?
Well, a couple different things. One is good sleep. I guess they were talking about skin. It's really, really important that we get sleep, because when you sleep, you actually make more collagen. You were talking about bone broth. Sleep, for those who don't, or vegetarian or don't want to have the bone broth, sleep helps your body produce collagen, which is what's in the bone broth. There are also some great collagen products that are plant-based, which are awesome.
Yeah.
And when you're sleep deprived, and just like drinking coffee, it elevates levels of cortisol, which makes your skin then less plump, less radiant, more dry, more angry, more inflamed.
Sure.
So yes, we can leave it at that.
All right. I mean, listen, we can go on because
So
I'm
much
thinking
more. Oh my
now
gosh.
collagen, I'm thinking vitamin C, but let's not. Let's leave it basic. Let's leave it with
Zinc.
water,
Yeah.
water, dry brush, watch what we eat, try to eat more plant-based foods. Black cumin seed oil is something that we love in everything. And we want to see patients listen to
Liver
these.
support with dandelion root tea, less coffee. Sorry, I had to throw that back in.
That's okay. No, and we're here. We're here for everybody. So if anybody has any more questions or wants to join up with the program, we would love that. Thanks again, Mom, for your time.
Thank
And
you.
we look forward to engaging everybody on our next video.